Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Monday, December 20th, 2021. So this will have covered the week of December 13th through the 19th of 2021. Anyways, this was not the most productive week because I ended up being pretty busy. Let's just say that a certain game was taking up quite a bit more of my time than I expected it to be taking up. We will get to that during the actual reviewing of the list for the week part, or whatever you want to call it. That was a big part of it, and then this weekend I also ended up being kind of busy, ended up having to go to a wedding on Saturday that took up most of the day, so it was a fun time, but it took up a lot of the day, so didn't have time to game, which is all good. So that all being said, I earned trophies in a total of 3 games this past week. So the first one is Borderlands 3 for the PS4. So I finished off Designer's Cut. This is DLC 5. This is the Arms Race DLC. It's a decent idea for a game mode. It's just completely overpriced, like the rest of the DLC pretty much is for this game. Even with the Season Pass, it's completely overpriced. So in this mode, you drop in with no gear, you pick up a bunch of like basic white level gear like right when you spawn into the area, and your goal is to run around, find better gear, kill enemies, and then kill a boss. So yeah, that's really about all it is. The gear is randomized, but you can extract gear at any time if you find one of the extraction points, and send off 3 pieces of gear, whatever 3 pieces you like the most, and send them off and they're saved to your bank forever. Or until you go in and delete them and sell them. So it is a decent way to get some good loot because some of the higher level weapons, like some of the legendaries in this DLC, are actually pretty good. So at least you can get some good gear. And like I said, it's a decently fun game mode. I didn't really mind playing it, even though it's a little bit of a grind and it's a little bit overpriced. So as for the trophies, you have to win a single round of Arms Race, which is pretty easy. I did it on like my 3rd try or something. First couple tries, I didn't really have any idea what was going on, and then I figured it out and beat the boss with pretty medium tier equipment. So it's really not that hard. It would probably be even easier if you were doing it in co-op, so don't worry too much about having to actually win. We'll talk about the extractions in a second. As for exploring the entire complex, I want to say there's 20 locations you have to discover, and a few of them are a little bit tougher to find because they're maybe a little bit more well hidden, a little bit more out of the way. Plus, because there's this giant storm that goes around the map that'll kill you if you step in it for too long. That can cut off certain parts of the map on different runs, and depending on where you spawn, is randomized. So it'll take a few runs to get the entire complex discovered. Because of that, it is a fairly big area overall. Like, there's a lot of space in there, and there's no vehicles or anything. Then you also have to extract 100 pieces of gear, but thankfully you don't have to win to be able to extract. If at any point you find an extraction tower thing, which you can see them on the map, there's usually like 3 of them, plus there's one underground that you only gain access to after beating the boss that extracts 5 pieces of gear. All the others extract 3, so just find one. Basically what you can do is just, as soon as you spawn in, just make a beeline for the nearest one, dump all of your basic white level gear into it, let yourself die, and rinse and repeat until you get 100 items extracted. You can knock it out in a couple hours. It's not really a difficult DLC. It takes, probably 3 to 5 hours. I'd say it's more like 4 to 5 hours, actually. So it's not difficult. It's not even all that time consuming. It's just a little bit grindy and, again, a little bit overpriced. But decent idea for a game mode. Not a bad time, at least. As for Director's Cut, this DLC is based around Ava, because someone over at Gearbox thought that was a good idea. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, unless they were just trolling everyone, which is also entirely possible. So you have to solve all 4 murder mysteries. It's either 4 or 5, but I think it's 4. So 4 story missions that takes a few hours, like 2 to 3 hours at most to get through. So me and Ghost have actually been working on this. We're actually probably going to finish this off on Monday night. Just finished off the remaining 2 levels because we finished off the first 2. We also beat Hemorvorous the Invincible, the only raid boss in the game, and added, a year and a half after the game came out. He's not the hardest raid boss in the franchise, but he's not the easiest one either. He definitely takes a little bit of skill and some higher level weapons to beat. I mean, it could have been that Ghost was a lot lower leveled, was probably part of the reason we struggled with it a little bit, but we didn't struggle too terribly badly. It only took maybe 5 or so tries total to beat him, so it's not too bad. He's certainly not the hardest raid boss out there. Just, it might take you a few tries. It'd be even easier if you had a bunch of people, though, with good gear. And then you also have to destroy 50 mysterious iridium piles, which can only be done once you have actually completed the main story of this DLC, so that's a grind that you can't do until later. So yeah, we should be able to knock this out on Monday. At the very least, we'll knock out the murder mysteries, and I'll probably help him with winning a round of the arms race and exploring the complex, just to knock out the more, I guess, slightly more skill-based trophies. Then, the game that I spent a majority of my time on this week, despite only getting like 1 trophy in, was Aliens Colonial Marines, because certain trophies have taken a lot longer than I expected them to. So, we're only missing 2 trophies right now. We have this one for the Easter egg, which I'm saving for last, because it's easy and it's easy to catch on video. Otherwise, I have to reach rank 60, which I'm actually going to talk about this one in a moment after talking about the main trophy that I earned this week, which was the 2,179 Xenomorph kills. There it is. Arbitrarily exterminated. That's a very large number of Xenos, and you won't really be anywhere near it by the time you finished all the other trophies. Thankfully, it's very easy to grind. You can just go to the Smart Gun area, Mission 4. It's that really long tunnel that's full of Xenomorphs. Go there, and you have to have the smart gun you have to pick it up at least to be able to get down there. So just take the smart gun down there, wipe out as many of the Xenos as you can on any given run, and then just restart checkpoint and repeat over and over again until the trophy pops. I spent a number of hours working on this over the last week and a half or so. It definitely took longer than I expected it to, because I guess I was hoping that the kills in the DLC would count. I don't know if they did or not. But then again, most of the enemies in the DLC are human, actually, or a lot of them are. So that's not, like, again, it's not a difficult trophy, but it is very grindy. It definitely takes some time to get through, but it's not difficult, because you can do it on the recruit difficulty. Otherwise, though, the trophy that's taking even more time is this one for reaching rank 60, because I am maybe rank like 58.5 right now, I think. And you have to get to rank 60, and it just takes absolutely forever, because by the time you've finished every other trophy in the game, you're going to be anywhere from level 48 to level 60. Excuse me, level 48 to level 50. I wish you could get to level 60 by doing everything else in the game. So you're going to have, like, at minimum 10 more levels to go up. The problem is, levels 45 through 60, I'm pretty sure take just as much XP as levels 1 through 45 did. So you need to do a lot. You need to complete the final mission many, many times, because that's the best way to do it, is just to play the final mission on Ultimate Badass. It's not that it's all that difficult on Ultimate Badass, because the only enemy is the Alien Queen, and it's more of a puzzle than a boss fight, because you just have to flip the 4 switches and then send her flying out the side of the ship. It's just that it's a buggy game, and stupid things can happen. Sometimes she'll just impale you with a one-shot kill, insta-kill move. Sometimes she'll, like, phase through the little sled platform thing that you have to use to push her out. Sometimes she'll just repeatedly hit you over and over while you're hitting the switch and leave you with no chance to survive. I did find out there's a unique death animation in this level, though, in that she can actually, like, tail whip you or swipe you or something out the side of the ship, which was pretty cool little feature. I kind of wish that had had a trophy. That would have been a good secret trophy on here, even if it was just a bronze. So even if you have a good run of it, though, like a good run of it with cutscenes and loading screens can be done in a little under 5 minutes, and you get like 2,850 XP each time. But I mean, it's just time consuming, because you have to sit through the cutscenes and everything each time, and then you have to actually go through the fighting section, and then you have to reload into the level again, and you don't get that much XP. You only level up every few times you beat the level, so it takes a long time. It's just a massive grind that was completely unnecessary, in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll have it done in the next couple of days, and I will have Aliens Colonial Marines completed, which will be very awesome. That'll be a very solid platinum trophy to have added to the list. And finally, I started work on Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition. It's okay. I mean, I love the original Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I don't think this Classic Edition really brought anything new to it, though, or even any, like, improvements. And they couldn't even bother to give it a few extra trophies for a Platinum, because there were easily a few other things they could have done for trophies. You know, you could have had to beat it on the hard difficulty, maybe one for using all the weapons, because there's other weapons-related ones in here. I don't know. I'm sure that they could have had other ideas for other trophies that could have given us a Platinum trophy with it. Maybe added in even like a little secret Easter egg somewhere, you know, just some extra kind of touch for it. But that's not really a thing. But anyway, you're going to get these 2 trophies while beating the main story very early on. All the garrisons, there's 13 of them, but they're all marked on your map. The Predator's Path and Hostage Situations, there's 8 of each, but they get marked on your map after clearing garrisons, so they're very easy. This is a story-related trophy for beating the final mission. There's only 7 story missions, though some of them are kind of long. There are 12 types of animals that count toward this trophy, even though I think there's a few other types. The brain cages are on certain dragons, and I want to say this trophy is really best done in, like, Mission 4. I think it's still possible outside of that, but it's just best done there. Killing a dragon with a bow, you just need to be more heavily upgraded to be able to do that, and I think you can actually deal damage to it with other weapons first. Kill a single dragon is going to be probably unmissable. 25 dragons is a grind. The notes, the VHS tapes, and the TV sets are all collectible types, but they appear on your map if you buy a collectible map for each of the 4 sort of sectors of this level, of this map, whatever you want to call it. You have to reach the maximum level of 30, so that's not really all that difficult. That one will probably come naturally while doing all the other stuff. For this one, you have to enter combat mode with a dragon and then return to stealth. It's not really that hard to do. It'll probably come naturally just while clearing all the garrisons and stuff. I think what you do is you just get, you know, let them see you and then just go into crouch and throw a Cyber Heart and hope that it distracts them. A little bit of luck involved, but nothing too difficult. All the weapons attachments, there's, I want to say, 25 of them, and they cost over $40,000 to buy all of them, so that might take a little while. Then the 50-meter jump down, I want to say, might be story-related, or it might not, but I'm sure that if it's not story-related, then there's an easy place to do it somewhere. And of course, by far the worst trophy in this DLC is for headshotting every type of enemy, because certain enemies are very rare to spawn once you complete the main story, and I want to say there might be one that only spawns in the final mission or something. So that's kind of annoying because the game doesn't keep track of exactly which ones you've headshotted. There's about 12 total that count toward this trophy. So yeah, highly unfortunate that trophy is back that one easily. They could have, you know, added a counter in there to tell you which ones you have headshotted or something. But overall, nothing, you know, too difficult. I'll be working on that throughout this coming week. So let me go ahead and sync up my trophies. Level 749, 46%, 21,703 total trophies. 555 platinums, 3,364 golds, 5,831 silvers, 11,953 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. I intend to hopefully finish Blood Dragon. I intend to finish Aliens. I intend to finish Borderlands 3. Those are the 3 main things that I plan to play. Someone's ripping down the road out there. I don't know if you guys, if the mic picked that one up or not. So those are all ones that I definitely want to finish off this week. Probably do a couple of easy platinums. But this coming week, I am going to be going home on Thursday. So I'm going to be home for probably about a week. I'll come back down to South Carolina in time for Clemson's bowl game, because I got people I'm going to be watching that with. There's a little party for that. So I will be there back here for that and have good internet for that. But after that, I'm going to be heading back home again because that's when Lizard Guy is going to be home. So I will say that uploading and streaming is going to be pretty inconsistent for these next few weeks, which is probably going to be reflected in the title of this video somewhere. So yeah, the schedule is going to be kind of weird for these last few weeks just because of, you know, I'm spending time with family, but I don't have good internet there. Elon Musk, come on, hit us up with that Starlink. We've been waiting for it. I've talked about that many times before, but come on, give that to us so that my parents can actually have tolerable internet at home. But yeah, that's going to be a big part of these upcoming next couple of weeks, so there won't really be any streaming or anything. However, there will be videos that I record with Lizard Guy during the time that I'm home. in early January at the very end of this month and around New Year's Eve and stuff. So I am very excited for that. We will definitely record some stuff. I don't know if it'll be stuff on the Switch or if it'll be stuff on the PS4. I think he actually got a PS5 as well, so we'll have to see what all we can do with that. But it should be fun, you know, I'll get to hopefully record stuff, get to spend time with family and friends back home. It should be a good time. It just probably means that, once again, the uploading and streaming is going to be pretty inconsistent. There may not be a trophy update until the middle of next week because of this, and then there might not be another one for like a week and a half after that. Just because of the internet situation. I'll do the best I can, though, to get it uploaded. I mean, I could probably... in all honesty, I could probably, in order to speed up the process, I could probably just go to, like, the coffee shop we have in town, because they have Wi-Fi, so yeah, I'll probably just do that to actually be able to upload videos. I'll do something like that that'll make it more possible. So, hopefully, at least the actual video schedule won't be too far off. So, yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you haven't already. Also, there are cooking videos coming. I know that I uploaded one for the first time in a couple months yesterday, and I've just recorded like 3 more of them in the last week, so there will be more cooking videos out soon. So for those of you who enjoy the random fails and attempts at me trying to cook things, there you go. There's going to be more videos. Actually, on that note, I'm getting another themed cookbook for Christmas, so probably another series will get started out of that, even though I'm nowhere near done going through the whole Destiny cookbook with how good every recipe in that book so far has been, except for the Hush Puppies, which was probably my fault. I probably screwed that up myself. So yeah, that should be it for today's video. I don't think there are any other new DLCs coming out anytime soon. I think that the Control DLC for Far Cry 6 comes out next month. I think it comes out in January. I think we still have to get the crossover missions and the final Spec Ops mission, though, so we'll see if those get DLC trophies of their own, and obviously there's still the Joseph Seed DLC that comes out in March. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys, and I will see you at some point over this next week for more content.